If you think about a kid in a wheelchair, you would accommodate their needs, right? If your kid broke their legs and they're all of a sudden in a wheelchair, you would have no problem putting in a ramp, widening a doorway, clearing the path in your living room, right? There are so many accommodations that we need to make for our kids, but especially for teenagers, that is so annoying and so hard because I don't want to put in a ramp. My kid has perfectly good legs. But what I'm trying to sort of plant the seed, I guess, for you is, yes, they might have legs, but they don't work sometimes, and they can't. It's not that they won't use their legs to go up the stairs, they can't. And so you might have to put in a ramp. Does that make sense? You might have to make accommodations and compromises that you don't want to do because you're like, I shouldn't have to, and they should. But the unfair part is you're operating with a fully developed brain and a fully developed nervous system, and they're not. They have one that's like a construction site and has like stuff everywhere, and they don't even know how to work it yet. They don't even know how to operate it. So it's actually on us that we have to do a lot of the compromise and accommodation and the flexibility, because it's an unrealistic expectation. And so the brain, there's obviously more parts to the brain than these two parts, but these are the two that you need to know the most. Amygdala is this tough dude here, the bodyguard, the security guard, who's just looking for threat, looking for safety, and just basically is going to shoot anyone that, you know, steps out of line. That's the amygdala, safety obsessed. So if you are a teenager who is struggling with your perception and your ability to actually detect things accurately, how's that going to work out? And then this nice little pilot who's old and wise, that's the cortex. And guess what the cortex is good at? Navigating social situations, aware of consequences, planning ahead, impulse control, logical reasoning, good decision making, emotional regulation, focus and attention, motivation, productivity. And guess when it fully develops? Age 25. We are so far from that. This is why 2-year-olds have meltdowns. There ain't no cortex. They are all amygdala. I want, I need, I must have now. So that dude, all of those good traits, they don't really even have access to fully until 25. But doesn't this make your 20s make so much more sense? That's why I got it together in my late 20s. Oh. Because it's 25 to 28 is what the research shows that the cortex fully develops. How do we build the cortex? Choice, autonomy, connection. Weird. I don't want to give my bratty, disrespectful kid choice, autonomy, and connection. But you want their cortex to work more, don't you? You want them to chill out, the bodyguard, and have their amygdala go take a nap. And you want them to just be cortexing all day long. Okay, rad. If you want to make the cortex flex and work, give them lots of choices, give them lots of autonomy, and lots of connection. And then they feel safe. And then they can cortex it all day long.